Josh, Tina, have you ever should yourself?
I should myself all the time, all over myself.
I should all over myself daily, nearly.
Wow, that's gross.
Well, should happens.
Yeah, should does happen. And I actually hear a lot of people shoulding all over themselves.
Yeah.
Should, S-H-O-U-D.
Yeah, not shit. Should. We hear people say those words, I should, all the time. And we know what kind of action comes when somebody says, I should.
No action.
So we'd call that soft talk, right? I should do something. And usually soft talk leads to no action and no real plan and even sometimes an excuse to like, I didn't really commit to it. So I just said I should. I'm not going to. And kind of leave it there.
What are some feelings that people get when they say, I should?
Well, all of this I should already is giving me a little bit of anxiety because we keep saying it. We've been discussing it before we started. I've got a little anxiety about the exercise we're getting ready to do because there's excitement in there. And then also there is just some anxiety that's coming up and maybe a little bit of fear. You guys?
Yeah.
I'd say, I see it create a lot of overwhelm. Especially when we're doing the exercise, it's when they write it, that's when the overwhelm I think starts it. When people say it, it's just kind of like, oh, I should, and we just kind of brush it under the rug. But when we bring it to life and it hits the paper, that's when the overwhelm starts to hit. Like, oh, this is actually getting real. Versus I'm just going to brush this under the rug. Now I'm actually about to acknowledge or commit to something is the pathway that we're headed down. So
it's easy for people to should all over themselves because, like I said, when I say I do it daily, it's kind of becomes a natural part of our language to use that story like, oh, I should do that.
Yeah,
and it becomes very natural. Nobody looks at it as negative. You might not even feel it because you're not actually really acknowledging it. You're just thinking about it. And then it gets just tossed back into your mind with all the other thoughts you've got going on.
And then you say it again next week and next week. I should start to work out. I should eat better. I should walk with my kids. I mean, the list goes on and on and on.
Out on the weekends. We should go to bed earlier. We should shut our kids' video games down. I mean, 1,000 items could go on a list of things we should be doing.
The reason we bring this up today is just because this is something an exercise that we do with a lot of our clients is help them change their words to where they become a little bit more impactful. And as we know, I should is not an impactful statement. And again, it creates no action. So hopefully if you're listening, think of the last time that you said I should, and did you actually do anything about it?
So if you're driving, don't do this. But otherwise, if you have a second, hit pause, grab a piece of paper and a pen, which can either be a magic wand or really heavy, depending on what you're writing.
I say get one that you really like the feel of it.
Yeah. And grab that because you're going to want to follow along with this in real time as we go through it.
I feel like Josh has a crummy pen.
What's wrong with this pen?
I don't know. I just don't
These
feel like it
were special pens that I bought when I went through the class. So
these are my favorite
it's
pens.
It's got a cushioned grip. I could write all day.
I steal these pens from Jeff all the time. These are my favorite. So
now that you have your pen.
Yeah, now that you have your pen, you've hit on pause. You're not listening to us anymore. So we're going to play, we're going to do a should detox, right?
Yep.
We're going to play this little game. So step 1 is you're going to write down a sentence that starts with I should, and you're going to put an action behind it, something that you've maybe been repeating to yourself every day or every hour. So we're going to do ours too.
We're going to do ours live. All right. Ooh, we're fast. So let's go ahead and read these, but there's a few important pieces to reading this, right? Mm-hmm. We want to read slowly, and before we read, we're going to take a deep breath.
Okay.
Who's going first?
I'll go first.
Okay.
I should get back to yoga class.
I should start training for the Pikes Peak Half Marathon.
I should get my kids out of my bed. So how did that feel for you guys?
It makes me feel like this is something that I've been telling myself in my head for a month, and it's long overdue.
I got a surprise one day from Josh telling me that we were going to do the Pikes Peak Half Marathon for his birthday. It's actually something we talked about like literally a year ago when we were in Texas. I don't know if you remember.
Nope.
Do you even remember being in Texas?
Yep.
Well, we talked about it there. And so it was something very exciting. But then when it hit me, it's real. And ever since you told me we've talked about doing it and we're committed to doing it, I've had a little more anxiety about the actual completion of it. So this is making it very real. So I'm feeling a little anxious and excited.
Okay.
Like it's right here in the chest.
This is something Deanna and I have said a lot, but we haven't taken it serious. We just say it in passing all the time. Oh, we should, we say it, every time we're getting ready for bed. It's like, we need to get these kids out of here. But we never do anything about it. So actually writing this down makes it feel more real to me, and I can actually kind of envision doing it opposed to just continuing to pass it up.
Okay.
All right. What's step number 2?
We're going to play with our words, and we're going to just make one change, and we're going to change the word should to could. So we're all going to rewrite our sentences. You're changing one word, should to could.
Okay. Josh,
right. Deep
let's keep
breath.
going in the same order.
Okay. I could get back to yoga class.
How's that feel?
Hey,
I thought we were all going.
We're all going to go.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I forgot. All right. I could start training for the Pikes Peak Half Marathon.
I could get my kids out of my bed. I would say first, I noticed a difference in the way it sounded.
the inflection in could.
Yeah. All three of us sounded differently. Yep. I felt it myself. It sounded different and more possible.
Yeah.
Sorry, I went out of turn.
No,
No,
you're okay.
I was going to say the same thing.
Yeah.
Instead of this overwhelming feeling that I've been telling myself something for a month, I see possibility now.
It's feeling different. Like I said, there's definitely some excitement in here because I like to do new things and new events. So this definitely hits a lot of boxes for me. So I've got some excitement built up about this. And the anxiousness is still there. I'm not going to lie. It's still there.
All right, Josh, what's the next step?
We're going to get rid of could, and we're going to go to can.
So we're going to change could to can.
Change could to can. I can get back to yoga class.
I can start training for the Pikes Peak Half Marathon.
I can get my kids out of my bed.
Can you? Just kidding.
Yes, Tina.
Okay. All right.
Can.
Just kidding.
And I will.
So can even takes that could, for me, takes it more positive. Just, it makes it seem like I can do this.
I agree. I as I was writing it in my head, I'm like, you're damn right you can. Like, that felt good. Like, I can.
Yeah, I can actually already start to see them not there.
Oh, wow.
So by writing, I can. It's like I can already see the separation, which is exciting. And our final step, well, not final, our next writing piece is to rewrite the same sentence, I can, and then follow it up with because and say why it's important that you do it. And you do need to rewrite the whole thing back out. Don't try to skip any steps if you're doing this at home. Don't try to just cross off the word and just write it shortly above it. You have to fill out the whole sentence every time. You guys can go ahead.
Okay. Start
You're
with
still writing.
I know.
He must have a
I'm
better
about
pen
done.
than us.
His wand is really working.
Okay, start with a deep breath. I can get back to yoga class because I feel better and my body will thank me when I'm done.
I can start training for the Pikes Peak half marathon because it will help me feel ready.
I can get my kids out of my bed because everyone will win. We will all get better sleep, and me and Deanna will actually get time away from our kids. So
How does
Josh,
that make you feel?
feels good because I mean, the reality is like we are with our kids. Our kids stay up too damn late. We are around our kids nonstop when we're home. So just finding time to just decompress without them around us would be good. So it's exciting.
So I have to admit, I actually cheated on mine a little bit because this is something that I had been doing. I came to this realization. This should happen to me last Friday, and I signed up for Saturday. I actually completed this, and so I can tell you firsthand that my body was thanking me Saturday, Sunday, Monday, and then has been better this week just by getting back. So this is something we fall into bad habits. We get out of routine. And this took me a month to get to can.
Yeah,
But-
that's awesome.
Good job taking action.
You
So-
took action already. So mine also feels really good. And so since the three of us are doing it together, I know that I had suggested that we come up with a training plan. So it's already exciting me that I know that not only will I get ready to start doing things, but I've got teammates that are going to be doing it right alongside me. So it's just even more exciting to think about it. Instead of being anxious and worried about it, I'm ready to take the next step, which would be to create the training plan in my head is what I would do.
So when do you think you could create that training plan?
I can start. Well, I was thinking we would all do it. We would do that. Something we
It was
would
a
do
we,
together.
it was a we thing.
I was thinking that we would
Okay.
kind of.
When did you think we would need to have this done by?
Well, we are going to be doing a trip in a couple months, so I didn't know if we would wait until then when we had time, or if it would be something that we would do together. So that I don't know that part. I can start researching plans this week.
Okay. So it's just a big thing to ask, and Josh already did his. So
Yes.
the final piece is to actually come up with a commitment to when you're going to start doing the thing, and write that down, or go make that appointment, put it in your calendar, whatever that is. Mine, this is going to be a perfect weekend this weekend because Deanna's actually out of town. So this is going to be a perfect weekend. I have 5 nights to work on this project, and I think it's going to work better solo first. So
Does Deanna know about the project?
nope.
Oh, good.
Good thing this isn't.
Hey,
airing
you know what?
till
This
next
is
week.
like going to be the reverse of what she did to me. Our kids were never in. I left for 5 days, and all of a sudden the kids were in our bed.
Okay.
So I'm pulling the fast one.
And by the time this airs, she'll realize this was a big surprise for her.
Yeah.
Because one of your things isn't there, so you will have some time away from your kids. So
Yep.
that's a win. That's a win for you guys.
Should be a win for everybody.
Another thing I will probably note, play this with somebody, right? If you're listening to this and you've gone through this with us and you're like, oh, I can't hear the inflection in my voice. I can't hear if I've changed. Grab a friend, grab your partner, spouse, whatever. Kids, you could do this with your kids too, but go through these steps and actually listen to the words and how they're said from whoever you're playing it with and let them they'll hear the difference in your words too, and you may be surprised at how much different just doing that will make you feel, because saying it out loud to yourself works, and I've done this before by myself, but it also works really well with a partner.
Yeah. And just find out, like, this only works if you grab a pen, paper. Don't shortcut any of this. You have to go through the whole process. You have to write each sentence out completely. Don't, like I said, don't try to just cross off the word and then replace it with the one word, and you have to rewrite each sentence, because there is part of this is the time that you allow to process,
And you have to breathe.
and you have to breathe. Those are the rules. If you really want this to work, and you take this serious, and you really want the change to happen, go through the whole process, read it out loud, and preferably, like Tina said, to somebody else, so they can tell you, like, oh, that sounded different, that felt better. And you'll be able to say it too. So,
Yeah.
and obviously, if you have any questions on how to do this, or if you can't find somebody to do this with, send one of us a message, and we'll be happy to go through this with you.
Yeah, and if you actually go through this and you feel comfortable putting your should detox in the comments, I would love to see your progression of words and your action item.
So, can't wait to see what you got.